Moss Eisley Spaceport, you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Left coast is the best coast.
Alright, today gonna open up this box of retro collection. Got these from HasbroPulse on sale for $39.97. Can't beat that price. Good looking box. Better looking box once I open it. What the hell, man? Okay, who's gonna be first? Yeah, R2-D2. Glorious. Look how shiny that is. My favorite from this wave, I'm telling you right now. Next up. Oh! Jawa, look at that. Badass. Love me some Jawas. Next, who's it gonna be? 3PO, look at that. Oh, I love the back metal. Nice work, Hasbro. Waited for these for a long time. A very long time. Death Squad Commander. Oh, and he's the label does that. I love it. Later they changed his name to Death Star Commander. Which I don't understand that. Next. Tusken Raider. Originally named the Sand Person. Or the Sand People. Love it. These cards are less distressed. So they're a little more appealing if you ask me. Obi-Wan. What a beauty. I dig this, man. One thing that's good is this is inside the box and not inside here. So cool. Well, I guess that's it. I'll just leave them on the card and put them back in the box. Yeah, right. I gotta let him breathe, baby. Alright, let's have a closer look at these guys. So first up is the Tusken Raider, or the Sand Person. One of my favorite army builders, for sure. Looks very much the same, molded in the same colors, the same final cape and gaffy stick. We can compare them here to an original Kenner Tusken Raider. You know, mine might be a little discolored, but you can kind of see how they, you know, are using the same kind of sculpt details and paint color. Matched it up very well. Paint pretty good. Don't see too much overspray on the retro, but I do see some on my vintage one. And this is the only way to pose a Tusken Raider. If you don't pose them like this, you're wrong. Very cool figure to add to the collection. Next up is the Jawa. Jawa is by far one of my favorite figures. You may not know that. Uh, Great figure to army build. You know, these, if you have a sandcrawler, these are what you populate your sandcrawler with, right? And they kind of fit in every scene. Fortunately, this guy does not hold his blaster too well, and he does have some little shit stains on his arms and legs. I'm going to try to get those off. I'll let you know how easily that staining comes off. And yeah, you can see no matter how I try, really doesn't like to hold the blaster. The hands are quite soft, so I don't think you can easily break a thumb, but because of that, it's a little harder to hold the blaster. Here's the original Kenner Jawa. So I think the plastic on the arms might be a little harder and a little thicker on the digits. So yeah, he dropped his blaster again. But yeah, similar stitching details on the robe. You can see this one example I have has a pointed hood, and the retro does not, but I'm pretty sure I have some vintage examples that also don't have a pointed hood. I could be wrong, but there's the TD that I have in a lot of my figures, and yeah, those are awesome. I love those. So the Jawa is a very cool figure, man. Other than not holding his blaster very easily or at all, um, and the little stains on his legs, which I think I can get out. It's just, it came off from the robes, I'm sure, and maybe I could even wash the robe to prevent that from happening. Death Squad Commander, at your service. Yeah, very cool figure to have. Another great army builder. So the first three figures here are army building figures, that's for sure. But it's a little hard to get these cases of figures, so I don't think too many people will be army building this box set from Hasbro. Painted very well, very, very much similar to the original Kenner figure. The little two-color pad print on the chest, his eyes and eyebrows. You can see here's one of my Kenner examples. You know, paint in the same areas with the black boots and the black hands. Oh, a little rub off on mine. But yeah, man, the feet are a little tighter together, I guess, in standing formation. But other than that, yeah, another Imperial blaster. Pretty cool. He holds it, unlike the Jawa. Pretty cool figure, man. I'm glad they made this to help finish off the original 12. And yeah, painted pretty well. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic.
Hello there.
Yeah, stoked to get a new Obi-Wan figure. He's painted very well. He's very clean. Nice crisp white beard and hair. Got his telescoping lightsaber. Painted hands, exactly like the original Kenner figure. So he turned out really well that way. Vinyl cape and everything. A little less details in the fingers. Right off the top of my head, I think that's something that looks a little off. There's the markings on the feet. But overall, yeah, very cool, very, very shiny and new. I wonder if this means a gray-haired variant is an option for an exclusive maybe later on down the line. And here's my original Kenner, the white hair. See, it's a little worn, but you know, it's still got the details. Nice clean cape. One thing that was common with these figures is the legs get spread apart, so I wonder if that's something that can happen with these retros as well. But yeah, nice clean Obi-Wan for the display is always welcomed. Do you pop your hood or do you fold your hood? How do you pose your vinyl capes on your action figures? For me, it's a little different for every figure. And I guess if it's popped up, that means the hood is on, right? I guess that's the only way to interpret that. But here's a gray-haired example for my vintage collection. So yeah, it'd be a great idea for, you know, let's call it a store or convention exclusive in the near future. Of course, I had to save the best for second last, and it's R2-D2. Absolutely glorious. I'm super, super happy to have this. Looks very nice. Appears to have like maybe a little laminated sticker on this version, so maybe it'll last for many years to come. Super shiny vac metal, super white. Like, it's so awesome to see. It's been so long since I've seen a white R2D2. Believe me, like, I've had so many in my collection, and I tend to keep the nicest ones. And here's one of the ones I've kept. Yeah, it looks super awesome. I'm really digging the details and how clean it is. So it's put together the same way. Stamp on the feet instead of around the little circle of the dome. Also got the lighter blue paint on the chrome, which looks really sharp as well. So yeah, this for sure my favorite from this wave, this box set, the R2D2. I forgot to turn the head, but the head does click. Trust me. Now check out the shininess of this C3PO. It is awesome.
At last, where have you
Very
been?
good counterpart to R2D2 with his chrome as well. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my second favorite from this set. Very happy to see the droids back in the Kenner style retro collection. Super awesome again. And look, boom! Removable limbs. That's the version of C3PO they used. So yeah, all of his arms and legs do come off. Similar pegs, but they're unpainted like their vintage counterparts. So here's my vintage example of a removable limbs C3PO. And I don't think that came with that cat here. I put that in there extra. Yeah, as I compare them, you can see it's a little longer overall, but you know, it's kind of the same dimension and stuff as they are using original parts to make these. So interesting that they changed it up. Now, of course, I got to test to see if it fits. So here's the new arm in the old 3PO, and it does fit. Now, if I try the new, or sorry, the vintage arm in the new 3PO, it doesn't go as far. I guess the cavity's not as deep. But worth a try. Would have been cool if it did. But maybe that's why they didn't do it, so you know people couldn't put these limbs on vintage figures, so it doesn't look like it can. That's a good thing, because we want the retros to be around a long time. Long live retros! Collect them all! Thanks for checking out the video. Here's a little look at all of them standing together with my vintage backdrop. Fantastic.
Left coast is the best coast.
Power